Hello, outrageous ones. How are you today? It is summertime and the living is hot. I don't know about you, but the sun is shining. I can smell the sunscreen and everything's lovely except for that one word. I'm not talking about mosquito bites. I'm not talking about heat rash. I'm talking about humidity. You know humidity? Like when you walk outside, you got all dressed up and you've done your hair and you've done your makeup and you have your accessories and your sunglasses and you're all, you're just ready to go out there and take on the world. And it's like getting hit with a wet wool blanket as soon as you walk outside. Immediate sweat, like you've been at the gym. It's ridiculous. But if you're going to live here, that's what it's like. Humid, very humid. And I have 5 things that I'm going to be using this summer or doing this summer to help me survive the heat and the humidity. I'm going to start off with, of course, the all-important sunscreen. And I usually use just a daily moisturizer CeraVe sunscreen with SPF. But I ran out. So I saw this and, impulse purchase. I tried the 50 for face. And it's CeraVe, so, I have no doubt I love CeraVe products. But I don't know if you can tell, but this half of my face is done with CeraVe, and there is a white cast to my face. Now, I'm already pale, so this girl doesn't want to walk out the door and look like she's just coming right out of a Twilight movie. That's not what I'm going for. I want skin protection, but I don't want that white cast. So I went to my Australian Gold, which is my favorite sunscreen. It smells like bubble gum. It's just lovely. It's just lovely. And I don't burn when I use it. So I tried their BB cream with SPF 50. And it's lightweight. It's a matte finish, so it doesn't leave that greasy feeling that sunscreen leaves. And I use the medium to tan. And I'm not dark. I mean, I'm really light complected. But I love it. I mean, it's given me a little bit of color. I'm not looking for coverage because I do not want all that stuff on my face and the humidity and the heat. Yes, I want my skin protected, but I have no fantasies about having a full face of makeup in this kind of weather. I'm just not your girl for that. But this is great. So far, love it. Not having any problems with it. So that's number 1, sunscreen for the face. And next is eye primer, because my eyelids do not like sunscreen for the face or any sunscreen whatsoever. They sting, and when I sweat, it rips down in my eyes, and it's just not comfortable. So, eye shadow primer. And this is Wet n Wild's Photo Focus. It has a little bit of a tint to it, so it's like you're just putting a base coat of makeup on. And, you put it on, and it's not dramatic, but it's given my eyelids some protection, and it gives me a little bit of color, a little bit of polish to my look, if you will. So that's what I'm using for my eyes. I'm using a primer and then multi-colored sticks. I have a lip one that I use. Can't find it right now, but I have a one that I use for my lips and my cheeks, and it lasts me all day. It gives me a nice little glow. And this is something new I just picked up for Wet n Wild. It's a multi-stick. It's a pretty color. Does it have a name? It does. It says Champagne Room. So it's just a little bit of color. It's got some glitter. I've got some on. Just a little bit of color added to my face. Next thing that I use, I have a collection of handkerchiefs that were my grandmother's. And what I will do with them is I will make a room spray with essential oils, a little bit of water, a little bit of vodka, and I spray my handkerchiefs down, and I'll put it in my purse. And that way, when I need to dab myself, when I'm getting a little too shiny, it smells divine. And it just makes me feel, a little bit cleaner in the heat and the humidity. And that's easy one to do. Now, if you're going to be out for the day and you're going to be in the heat and the hot, put some wet washcloths in a Ziploc bag and stick them in the freezer overnight. And then when you're getting ready to go, put it in a cooler. And when you need a little refresh, or you're getting overheated or you're getting too hot, take that washcloth out, put it on your neck, put it on the back of your neck, or just, dab yourself off to cool off a little bit. And it is really, really refreshing. Which leads me to my last thing that I'm going to be using, peppermint lotion. This we have just finished up, and we're on to a new peppermint lotion. I don't have a favorite. I just pick up one that smells really refreshing and nice. But what we do is, at night after I take a shower, put this on your legs and your arms, and it just kind of gives you a refreshing tingle. It's just a nice way to relax before you go to bed and just to cool you off a little bit. So those are my 5 things that I'm going to do to try to beat the heat and humidity this summer. What are you doing? What kind of products do you recommend? I would love to know in the comments below. And if you would like, I would appreciate you subscribing. You stay outrageous, and I'll catch you next time.